Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my monthly review for this month's issue of the Walking Dead comic book series. It is March 2nd, that means this is the release of the Walking Dead issue 152, which is called United in Fear. Alright, so just got finished reading this issue. Spoiler warning as usual, guys, you know how it goes. So this is the pretty cool cover, United in Fear, with the Silence the Whispers in kind of letters painted on the wall of Alexandria, as we see Rick and the group getting ready, preparing their military in case of a confrontation, in case all out war breaks out again, basically. So we pick up in this one where we left off with Eugene in the radio. Which is pretty good, where basically they don't know if they can trust each other, whoever this person is that Eugene is talking to, which we have no idea who it is. Do we think it could be one of the Whispers? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that they would have that kind of technology. I mean, it's possible they could, but the Whispers kind of seem like a more nomadian, is that a word? Nomad type group, where they just kind of got their camp, they move around, they don't really have anything in the way of technology or anything in the way of a base. And even though they have a lot of numbers and they're really tough and everything, they have a good strategy. They don't seem to be, to me, the type of characters that would have a radio and would be checking every day and doing that kind of deal. I mean, it's possible they could, but that would show something of them that we haven't really seen so far. I mean, they have a few weapons, they have a few firearms. They don't just do hand-to-hand all the time with their, it almost is like butcher knives that they use for the most part, or small knives. But yeah, so I wouldn't think it'd be someone from the Whispers. People have been kind of asking in the Q&As. We talked about it real quick after last issue of who we think it could be. It could be anybody. I mean, there's really no way to say. It's probably a setup for some kind of additional group as well now. It seems to be, to me, The Walking Dead just has this awesome feel about it, where it's going from kind of the micro survivor feel that we get at the beginning, just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and as we're seeing in the TV series right now, we're getting into the larger world, so you're adding on more communities, more groups, you're making the world bigger, and it seems like that's not the end of it. It seems like now in the Walking Dead comic series, I'm almost thinking that we're going to see, more groups come in, figure out that there's some huge groups out there, and kind of transition to what would be like a kind of a Age of Kings and that kind of deal, where you would have way back in medieval times, you'd have like one king, and then you'd have like a kingdom, and then maybe you'd have some different lords and different locations, and everybody would pay their taxes, pay up to the main hierarchy, and this kind of pyramidal structure, which nowadays we see in corporate jobs and things like that. And with the government, of course, as well, too. So, with this kind of structure, it's like we would be seeing different kind of groups that are able to build and able to kind of build up and kind of, sort of like re-going through the, have you ever played the video game Rise of Nations? Like kind of re-going through that kind of initial period where groups are starting to build up to new civilizations, where they go from, you'd have groups of a dozen, let's say, or less, to, maybe they start to combine, maybe some go to war and some join together against others, and you get these kind of interesting kind of, little battles and little wars that break out as the groups, get bigger and bigger and bigger as more and more people join, groups combine and things happen. So it's a really fun, interesting time for Walking Dead when we're getting to see all this kind of coming to fruition, and I'm really excited to see where Kirkman has, what he has in store for the future. That's what I'm thinking, is that the future of it's just going to be more and more bigger groups as we go, and the Whispers, of course, is a huge group. You've got the Saviors out there, the joint communities that we have, huge if you consider them all to be kind of one joint group. It's pretty huge, even though the Saviors right now are without Dwight, so they're kind of on their own. I don't really consider them right now, without Dwight there, to be part of Rick's group. Not really. But of course, you have the Hilltop, you have Alexandria, you have the Kingdom. So the three, very, very strong. And we also don't know what kind of state the Kingdom lies in right now, but I'm sure Michonne will be able to figure that out. So we've got the part with Dwight and Gabriel, and Gabriel's getting pretty good at killing zombies, it seems. He's a pretty quick learner with the rifle and everything. But Dwight is right to worry about what's going to happen when Gabriel has to kill the Whispers. What's going to happen when he has to kill the living? That's a different situation from when you're just killing, zombies. And that moral, that ethical, kind of debate within himself and cognitive dissonance is going to cause him to have, some issues. And Dwight is right to worry about his ability to fight when it comes to against people. He may even be a detriment and end up, running away or not doing it and being killed, or who knows. Then we get the scene, which is really cool, where it kind of came out of nowhere for me because I almost even forgot about this kid, but Brandon. So these are, the family of new characters that kind of comes in after the time skip, I want to say. And you've got the stuff with Maggie and Gregory and that at the hilltop, and this group of this family that's from the hilltop, of course, which is getting pretty small now. The group where Carl had a run in with him, Brandon, before, and he hit him with a brick, and then Carl goes crazy and gets a shovel and almost kills him, and maybe he should have, because in this issue Brandon attacks Rick overpowers him and basically kind of snaps on and gives him a really good warning that he'll choke the F out of him and tell him that if he slips up again that he'll put an effing bullet in him. So that's pretty cool. So Michonne kind of comes in there and gets Rick to come to his senses. But this kid is going to be some trouble, obviously. So we've got some more stuff. Gabriel praying, and Maggie and Jesus, or Maggie heading off. Jesus looks like he's staying. And then we've got the parts with Brandon. Some lady, not sure her name, calls him an effing brat. And then he goes, and of all the things to do, finally he frees Negan. And Negan's like processing it all. He's not sure what to do. He's not really into it. And then afterwards he's like, I'm not going to say no, or I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not exactly saying no either. So let's see what we can do. And then we've got the paint on the wall. Michonne and Rick talk. Michonne's having a little bit of doubt, a little bit of second thoughts. Kind of messes with me a bit because in the comic book series, her and Rick are not together. And I'm just so used to seeing it right now after it just happened in the TV series. And then we have Michonne who goes in, Rick goes in, and he's gone. And Rick says, F in hell. And then in the letter hacks, it says, you're a goddamn dirty liar, Robert. Last issue you wrote, Negan is never getting out of that cell, ever. Sorry. And in this issue he did. So, just a point with the TV series. If he said Carol's the safest character either, it really doesn't mean anything what he says. Like, you could even think of it more as the opposite. Like, if he does tell you something, that probably means it goes the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't tell you the truth. He's not going to tell you the truth because he doesn't want to ruin his story, and he doesn't want to give things away early and, tell you what's actually happening. I mean, if he did tell us the truth, sometimes I'd almost think it means the opposite, and then it actually ends up being the truth. So you can mess with us sometimes with the stuff that he says funny. So in terms of an issue, I love this one. I got it here on the image digital edition. I buy the. Somebody asked me, Trev, are you going to show your comic book collection? And the situation is, I mainly buy the trades, so I don't have a lot of the single issues, and then I do the digital downloads on image.com. Just so I can review it for you guys right away, because sometimes I can't get to the shop before my shift starts on Wednesdays when I want to get the review done for you guys before work. So just to kind of put that in there. So for a score for this issue, I'm going to give this one a 9.4. I love this issue because we've been waiting for a long time to see if Negan was going to escape. It seemed like at first it's like, of course he's going to escape, but then it's like, okay, maybe not. Because he's continuously there. But I just love the story that Kirkman's weaving here, because we have so many different things happening at the same time. It reminds me of Game of Thrones, where you just have all this stuff happening in the world, and he's really creating a very diverse world that, of course, is centered around our group of survivors, but now we're getting more characters. We're getting to meet new characters all the time. New characters are coming in and causing trouble and kind of, betray. They're attacking Rick, and you have different things like this happening. It's just awesome, man. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the Whisperers, and there's so many things. What's Negan going to do now? Where's he going to go? Probably the Saviors, and Dwight's not there. So Rick may tell Dwight that, hey, we got to go to the Saviors right now. Negan's escaped, right? So, and how are they going to react? Are they going to allow Negan to take back over, and what's going to happen next? And, oh, man, Negan is, he's an awesome character, so I'm glad that he's still around. So You've got that angle. You've got the stuff with the whispers. When's the battle going to start? You got Michonne. She's heading off. You got Maggie. She's leaving. You got Carl out there. You got Rick, of course, in Alexandria. You've got Eugene with the radio. You got all this great stuff happening. The story's not just going, in one direction. It's got a lot of different things happening at once. And I think after reading it, all these issues, the Kirkman really has just gotten better as the story's gone through, and I have faith in him that the future of the Walking Dead comic book series is going to be awesome. So, I love the issue, man. It was great. Finally happy to see Negan get free, and yeah, man, it's great. And Brandon, this character is like, wow, seemingly harmless, just a kid and stuff, and he may have just unleashed or unlocked a monster. So let's see what happens next. Maybe I can do a predictions video if you guys want to see it. Write your comments below on where I think it's going to go from here. Love this issue, absolutely loved it. You guys can write your comments below. What do you think is going to happen? And maybe we'll do predictions tomorrow or the next day talking about it because, oh man, it's so good. So, yeah, write your stuff below, guys. Write your comments. And if you like this video, the usual stuff. Maybe I don't have to ask this point. Just, thumb it up. It always helps out me in the video. Share, favorite if you wouldn't mind. And then, of course, if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to see my almost daily Walking Dead videos, talking with you guys and everything, subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for today's. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'll have another Walking Dead television series video, maybe predictions for comic book series, depending on how I feel after work tonight. That's it for this one, guys. See you again real soon. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.